Alright, so it's the Thanksgiving season, and part of that is saying what you're grateful for. And Thanksgiving has always been my favorite holiday because of my time that I get to spend with my family and the time that I do get to reflect because I'm moving so much throughout the year that I rarely ever get a chance to stop and look and and just reflect on the beauty of life and how grateful I can be at everything I have because I'm so lucky. So, the first thing I'm grateful for and I'm thankful for is my family. My parents have always been there through thick and thin. My mom has worked so hard to get me to this position. Her job when I was younger pushed her to her limits and challenged her, and we'd have to stay at daycare because she was working so late just to provide for us, and meant so much to me that she put that time in. And I know this sounds really like parents like obviously are gonna work hard so that they can provide for you, but it's like it's not because it's my mom was alone and my parents are divorced, and she really did work hard, and she did it mostly without any sort of recognition, and I believe that got to her a little bit when I was younger, but still just she just worked hard to do that for me. So, and it provided me with a great childhood. I mean, the things I've experienced and the things I've done, and it's just I am so grateful for the opportunities that she lent me. And then obviously my dad. I mean, my dad's done so much for me. I mean, we have such a great relationship. But especially when I was younger, he was always encouraging me and helping me throughout my entire life like a father should, and guiding me in his own way. We'd take these long walks when I was young, very, very, very young, and even up until a couple years ago, just around the neighborhood that we were living in. At that time, I was in New York, and I would just ask him the most weirdest questions, like what's evolution, or how does this work, or how does that work, or why do you think the stars and planets are the way they are, or just the most random questions, and he would just answer everything. There wouldn't be a second where he's, oh, don't worry about it, you're young, you don't need to know, it's not something that's wonder. Like, he'd encourage my wonderment, and that's really what made me who I am. Speaking about encouraging my wonderment, I obviously am so thankful for my grandparents, on my mom and my dad's side, but especially on my dad's side. They basically raised me, or didn't raise me. I want to say like they were the only ones to raise me, but they helped raise me. Never spent I've spent more time with them than I have with any other people. Probably including my parents, or maybe just as much time. They have always, their house has always been an open door to us. For a long time, my dad was living there, and that was our home. And they've always taken us places, done things. We did a cruise, we've done Niagara Falls, we've done Washington D.C., we've done cruise. We've done a lot. I've probably have more. If I have more out, I have pictures. 1,000 Islands, but in everything like that, it's like it's always been we're doing this because we love you and we don't expect anything back and we don't want anything back, but just want to spend time with you, so we're going to put together these amazing trips and have a great time, because you're going to cherish this experience for the rest of your life. And it's impacted me so, because, well, one, I feel so close to them, which might not seem like a huge thing, but if you knew my grandparents, you knew what they've gone through with their children and their grandchildren, and how Daniel, my brother, and I are really their only grandchildren that they're talking to right now, compared to my uncle and his kids. It's just, I look at my relationship with them and I can't imagine my life without it. So it's crazy for me to think that there are people out there that don't have a relationship like that. And that's the type of thankfulness that I have. Just this roaring passion. So yeah, my grandparents, definitely. And I have never spoken people more passionately than that, but it's so true. And then obviously everyone else. It takes a village. People always say, I should say. So my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, my first and third cousins, my I don't know. I have pictures, but everyone. Like, I could name off a few that have done so much for me. I mean, Vinny, Bella, my Aunt Fran, my Uncle Vinny, my Aunt Lisa, Aunt Linda, my cousins Mackenzie and Megan and Matthew and Ella and Marissa and Samantha and the singers and oh my gosh, there's so many, and all of them are so close to me, and all of them mean so much to me. And it's so crazy because I moved down to Florida in, I want to say 2013. I don't even know. I was, maybe not 2013, maybe like 2015. I moved down here and I knew none of them. Although I've been like taking trips down here when I was younger, I was so young that I didn't remember any of them. And it really was they really opened their arms to me and allowed me to become part of their family. And for that, I've always been thankful, and I love them so much. The next thing are my hobbies that I'm thankful for my hobbies. Theater is huge. I couldn't imagine my life without theater. After COVID, I needed something to ground myself and to find friends in high school, and theater was there, and it's always been there. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm such a theater kid, even though I had no idea what half the shows are last year. But in every single way, I'm a theater kid. In every single way, I'm proud of what I do, and I'm happy that I've been able to have this opportunity in this theater, where I'm not just looked over because I came in late, that I'm actually making a difference, and I'm able to work, and I know a lot, and I was able to get experience quickly because they needed someone like me, and I've been ever grateful. My third thing is that I've been busy. Theater's kept me very busy, but not just that, but work. And not just that, but other things like family time and vacation time, and I've just always been so busy. And in one way that's good because it means I can grow and have a life, and in other ways it's bad because that means I rarely have time to stop and breathe and enjoy life. So finding the balance is important, but I'm very thankful that I am busy because, as I've always said, I prefer to be busy than for me not to be, which was COVID basically, and never want to do that again. So yeah, the fourth thing is actually really a personal thankful thing is that for a little while at the beginning of this year, I was having a rough time. My friend group that I built last year, two of the people left the state, one for college, one just moved, and it left us kind of hanging here. there are three of us left, or there were three of us left, four of us left, and over time we've grown farther and farther away from each other, and certain other things that happened with theater drama and everything, that it got to this point where I felt like my relationships with certain people got to this toxicity level, and it got me really sad, and I thought maybe it was like my final days at theater. But I've turned this chapter, turned a page, and I've gotten to this point where I found people who accept me. I found people who are willing to acknowledge my worth, I guess. Not just push me down because of who I am. And those people are like Isabella and Anna and Mia and all those people that have everything, that have helped me, and there's just too much. And the last thing and the final thing and the fifth thing is I get to have Thanksgiving with my family this year, which is I'm always thankful for. And I didn't have Thanksgiving with my family for COVID, and that sucked, and now I'm gonna have Thanksgiving with my family and have a great time. So on that note, I'm gonna go to bed because I have school tomorrow, and I want to thank you for watching, because if you did, that means that you're gonna get to learn a little bit more about my life. So that's that, and I'll see y'all later. So peace.